Hey, it's Mitch McCarran. I'm doing the Australian Institute of Sport, which is an organization that I actually attended in 2010. To make a quick summary of it, it's basically a huge elite sports organization where they take the kids that they think will make excellent national players or compete nationally in Olympics for Australia, and then provide them with daily training and facilities for use for free through the use of scholarships. I think their mission statement early on was to develop elite sport in Australia by providing facilities and funding to sporting organisations and potential elite athletes. This came about because basically Australia was not very good at sport throughout the 1960s and early 1970s, and some people who are really putting some time in were becoming frustrated. So the 1976 Olympics in Montreal was really the catalyst, I guess, for people they kind of said, well, you know what, we had 1 silver medal and 4 bronze medals, so, and then it's just not good enough. So a professor actually in 1973 called John Bloomfield had already kind of brought up the idea that Australia wasn't doing very well, and he made a report called The Role, Scope and Development of Recreation in Australia. And his point was that if we're spending all this money to send our athletes to international competition, then what's the point of not doing well and just being okay with not doing well? His point was that if we're going to spend the money, then we need to train our athletes year round, so we can compete for gold medals. After he made a big deal about it, they came up with a board, I guess, and it runs through the Australian Sports Commission, which is Australia's sports system or sport government. So that's how they're funded. So they came up with a board, and it's the CEO at the top. Australian Institute of Sport is underneath that, along with corporate operations and participation of sustainable sports. So once we started to do well, especially in the 1984 Olympic Games in Los Angeles, where they won 12 swimming medals, gymnastics recorded their best ever performance, and 3 track and field athletes finished in the top 6 in their events, which was a huge improvement to any other year before that. They kind of realized that, well, this time and the money spent on facilities is really working. So they started to add some more sports eventually. They started with just 8 sports: basketball, gymnastics, netball, soccer, swimming, tennis, track and field, and weightlifting. After these sports started to do better, they started to add sports like rowing, water polo, diving, and squash, which eventually helped to build athletes from all different areas and all different sports across the country to come in and do their best and compete for gold medals. So basically that's the structure of the AIS. That's, their clientele are athletes, the elite athletes throughout Australia, and their mission is to train athletes and give the opportunity to train and perform at their best and then earn gold medals at international competition.